as you know, I'm big on culture of right now, I'm emphasizing to the team of our core values of courage, attitude, respect, and effort. Um, so you really have to start from there and build from that. And that was my pitch to the panel that I'm not going to go in and say I'm the most, uh, let's say, coach that has won multiple championships. I I don't have 30 plus years of coaching experience like some of the coaches that you mentioned, Coach Eric Altamirano, who I admire, who helped start my coaching career. Coach Boise Samar, I'm great friends with him at San Miguel. I got the honor of coaching his son, so I know how. And he got to coach at UE also, um, and his true red bloodedness of wanting just the best for UE, I think, is what really drove myself in this pitch. And that's all I really nailed down, kept hitting on the head on the nail about. Although the resources may not be compared to the top programs per se, we can overcome that by finding ways of maximizing who we have, and developing them to their maximum strengths. Everyone's gonna have weaknesses, but just finding ways of putting these guys in the puzzle, I think, uh, was my way of piecing it all together. What I'd bring to the to the UE program.
Based on the conversations you had with the panelists and the members of the school and the management looking for its next leader, its next head coach, what kind of sense did you get in terms of the leader and the qualities of this leader that they were looking for? Were they looking for someone who would bring a nuanced, kind of unique, out of the box method in team building, or were they looking for someone who, as you said, in the simplest way possible, just build a culture of sustained success? What was the, for the, I guess to put it simply, what was the energy in the room that you got out of the people who were deliberating whether or not to give you this job?
Uh, I feel some of the energy in the room was kind of telling me that they wanted somebody that would instill a great deal of discipline and align the program's goals and vision right along with the mission and vision of the UE community, which is create leaders that's that are all based off hard work ethic, and those are the vision of UE, creating those leaders on and off the court. And I don't. This is my probably first time talking to you, but I'm sure you heard stories like I don't take anything from nobody. That's one of the first things I told our players where leave your egos at the door. Nobody's ego should be bigger than mine.
Mm-hmm.
But and at the same time, just I come from a blue collar family, so that's all I understand to do. Just outwork. I haven't been hired because I'm from privileged opportunities because of my history and my background or some backing level. It's been all based on merit, to be honest with you. And I think they like my genuineness and my ability to kind of stress the fact that if we need discipline to be put down, it's gonna happen. Like I told them, if guys aren't wearing uniforms, I will throw them out of practice. I won't even let them come in. I already told my team that actually. Don't even show up to practice if you don't have UE gear on. You better take pride in it every single day. So I think little things like that is what kind of set the tone right away for me.
You're big on discipline, like you said. And an example you just provided was making sure that your players wore UE, University of the East gear at practice, which I believe is your way of reminding them to some degree this is what you're playing for, this is what we're all coming here for, this is what we're holding ourselves accountable to. But what are some of the other, shall we say, again, nuanced, rules or items you want to enforce? Like, are you going to be strict about your players' diet? Are you going to be strict about how often they're in the weight room? Are you going to be strict about curfew, where they live, what they do outside the court? What are your, shall we say, hmm, undisputed rules that have to be followed no matter what?
Honestly, I really don't have too many non-negotiable rules. Two that I did share with them was this: I told them memorize this phrase: if you're early, you're on time. If you're on
Wow.
time, you're late. And if you're
I
late,
like that.
I will forget about you. So I said, make
Oh.
sure you memorize that in regards to what I feel when you're late. Like I never feel like a person should value their time more valuable than mine or the rest of the team. So that's one. Secondly, another one of my rules that I stress to them: I don't want any victims here. We will have a victimless mentality, meaning we don't pass on accountability to anybody but ourselves. So, for example, I told them if you're failing in class, don't blame your professors, don't blame your girlfriend for not giving you your work. Get it done on time. Do what you're supposed to do. Or like if you're not getting any calls, we're not gonna act all like a child ranting. We're gonna accept it and move forward and learn from it. So those really to me were my non-negotiable rules going into practice. And really other all that other stuff, I told them you are grown men. I am not your babysitter. I am your head coach. Don't forget that. What you guys do, what your decisions are, you are a collection of your decisions, and whatever those decisions are, there's consequences to it, and you're just gonna have to own up to it as it comes along. So I think it sets the tone right away of what I want, and and be responsible for what you do. If you want to go out and drink and have fun, but then you come to my practice hungover. I mean, I've been there. I've been through some college parties. I've done it. So you better expect me to be making you throw up at practice just to send a message to you.
So has anyone been late to practice yet since you applied this new rule?
Oh no, not at all. I'm hoping somebody does. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to be tested, but I think so far we're good. So far we're good.